Brad Pitt. To the world, he's the golden boy of Hollywood, a man who's walked the red carpet for more than 3 decades without ever losing that movie star shine. But behind the headlines, box office wins, and picture-perfect smiles, Pitt's story is a lot more complicated and far more intriguing than most people realize. He's not just another rich actor. He's a $400 million powerhouse who's mastered the game of Hollywood salaries, profit deals, and brand endorsements in a way few others ever have. But the question is, how did a kid from Missouri transform himself into one of the highest-paid entertainers in history? And more importantly, what happens when the cameras stop rolling, the lights go out, and it's just Brad Pitt in his private world? Brad Pitt doesn't just get paid well, he redefines what getting paid means in Hollywood. For decades, his base rate for a leading role has hovered around $20 million. And that's just the starting point. In 2025, Apple TV Plus dropped a staggering $30 million into Pitt's bank account for his role in F1, a high-octane racing drama that dominated global streaming charts. A year earlier, rumors swirled that he earned up to $35 million for Wolves alongside George Clooney. Clooney may have played it down, but even the lower estimates were jaw-dropping. Rewind to his earlier career, and Pitt was already setting salary records. $20 million for Mr. and Mrs. Smith in 2005. The same for The Curious Case of Benjamin Button in 2008. Around $17.5 million each for Fight Club, Troy, and Meet Joe Black. But the real genius? Back-end profit sharing. Pitt famously took a smaller $10 million up front for Ocean's 11 in 2001, and walked away with around $30 million after the profits rolled in. When Mr. and Mrs. Smith raked in nearly $500 million worldwide, the back-end checks were just as impressive. By conservative estimates, Pitt's acting career alone has added roughly $300 million to his net worth. Not from chasing every role, but from carefully choosing projects with both box office potential and lucrative profit deals. And while most actors would stop there, for Pitt, acting was just one revenue stream. The bigger play, the one that would turn him into a Hollywood kingmaker, was yet to come. But that part of the story didn't happen in front of the camera. By the early 2000s, Brad Pitt had already conquered the acting world. But what separates the good from the legendary is the ability to move from being just the talent to being the one who owns the talent's paycheck. In 2001, alongside then-wife Jennifer Aniston, Pitt co-founded Plan B Entertainment, a move that seemed modest at the time but would quietly reshape his fortune. When the marriage ended, Pitt bought out Aniston's stake and took full control. That decision would prove to be one of the smartest of his career. Plan B wasn't just another celebrity vanity project. Under Pitt's leadership, it became one of Hollywood's most respected production houses, racking up Oscars, Golden Globes, and critical acclaim. We're talking 12 Years a Slave in 2014, The Departed in 2006, Moonlight in 2016, films that not only swept awards season, but also pulled in millions in box office revenue. Then came the mega deal. In 2022, Pitt sold 60% of Plan B to French media powerhouse Media One for a reported $300 million. His personal cut? An estimated $113 million. And he still kept a minority stake. This wasn't about walking away. It was about stacking chips while keeping a seat at the table. Plan B continues to develop high-profile projects, meaning Pitt's producer credits, and the checks that come with them, will keep rolling in for years. If acting was the foundation of his wealth, producing was the skyscraper built on top of it. And while the world watched him on screen, behind the scenes, he was quietly building another empire. One made not of movie reels, but of bricks, limestone, and sprawling acres of luxury real estate. Brad Pitt doesn't just buy houses, he collects landmarks. Over the years, he's built one of the most enviable celebrity property portfolios in Hollywood, worth well over $100 million. And at the center of it all is a French estate that looks like it was pulled straight from a fairy tale. In 2008, Pitt and then-partner Angelina Jolie dropped $67 million on Château Miraval, a 1,200-acre estate in the rolling hills of Coron in the south of France. It wasn't just a getaway, it was a statement. Limestone walls, manicured gardens, a private lake, olive groves, guest houses, and even a recording studio where Sting and Pink Floyd once recorded. More importantly, it was also a business. Miraval produces some of the world's most sought-after rosé wine, and under their ownership, the label exploded in prestige. Bottles began appearing in upscale restaurants from New York to Paris, turning the estate into a luxury brand of its own. In 2014, Pitt and Jolie married there in a small, private ceremony. But after their split in 2016, the estate became the centerpiece of a bitter legal battle, with disputes over ownership, management rights, and even accusations of selling shares without consent. While the details remain sealed, insiders believe the property will eventually pass to their children, cementing it as part of the family legacy. But Miraval is only one jewel in Pitt's real estate crown. In Beverly Hills, he and Jennifer Aniston once shared a historic Wallace Neff-designed mansion built in the 1930s. They paid just over $12 million in 2001, renovated it into a modern masterpiece, and sold it for $28 million after their split. That same property later sold again, for an eye-watering $44 million. More recently, Pitt's acquisitions include a $12 million Los Angeles home previously owned by Dave Kuning of The Killers. And those are just the properties we know about. The man clearly has a taste for both history and exclusivity. But as impressive as his homes are, the real fun begins when you look at what's parked inside his garages. Because for Brad Pitt, 4 walls are nice, but 4 wheels are even better. One of the most unusual vehicles in his collection is the BMW Hydrogen 7, a limited production hybrid sedan that runs on both gasoline and hydrogen. Never sold to the public, it's a rare statement of eco-conscious luxury. Under the hood, a 6.0-liter V12 delivers smooth power while the tech points toward a cleaner future. Then there's the Cadillac Escalade ESV, Pitt's go-to for comfort and space. With plush leather seats, rear entertainment systems, and a massive 38-inch curved OLED dashboard display, it's the perfect ride for red carpet arrivals or weekend trips with family. His green streak shows up again with the Tesla Model S long range, capable of hitting 60 miles per hour in just over 3 seconds and covering more than 400 miles per charge. Inside, it's all minimalist luxury with a massive touchscreen and vegan leather seats. But when it's time for speed, Pitt reaches for the Porsche Taycan Turbo, a fully electric powerhouse that delivers 670 horsepower and a blistering 3-second 0 to 60. Sleek, silent, and devastatingly quick. For something quieter and more discreet, he has the Audi A8, a black tie-level sedan with heated massage seats, a panoramic sunroof, and enough power under the hood to remind you it's still an Audi. And then there's his other passion, motorcycles. Pitt's 2-wheeled lineup is just as carefully curated as his cars. A Triumph Bonneville offers classic British styling, chrome detailing, and weekend ride charm. His custom BMW R80 by Rough Cycles blends vintage bodywork with modern performance parts. And then there's the crown jewel, a Harley-Davidson Knucklehead, one of the most iconic bikes ever built, dating back to the 1930s. Every piece in his garage tells a story. Some about speed, others about craftsmanship, and a few about sustainability. But when Pitt's done owning the road, he takes to the skies. Because for him, luxury doesn't end at the driveway. It takes flight. Brad Pitt's fascination with machines doesn't stop at ground level. For years, he's taken his love of engineering and speed into the skies, and his personal aircraft lineup is just as intriguing as his car collection. One of his most talked-about rides is the Cirrus SR-22, a sleek, single-engine plane with cutting-edge avionics and buttery smooth handling. Seating up to 5 passengers, it's the kind of aircraft private pilots love because it's both practical and stylish. The latest models fetch around $800,000, but for Pitt, it's less about the price tag and more about the freedom it gives him. Then there's the Augusta Westland, a 109, a twin-engine luxury helicopter with space for 8 passengers. This wasn't a business purchase. It was reportedly a gift from Angelina Jolie, making it one of the most extravagant just because presents in Hollywood history. It's the same model often used by royalty and world leaders, with a price tag of roughly $2 million. But perhaps the most jaw-dropping piece of his collection isn't a jet at all. It's a Supermarine Spitfire. Yes, that Spitfire, the legendary World War II fighter plane adored by collectors and aviation historians. Valued at over $3 million, it's said that Pitt not only bought one but trained to fly it himself, adding yet another skill to a resume that's already bursting with accomplishments. These aren't just status symbols. They're part of a bigger pattern in Pitt's life, a deep appreciation for craftsmanship, performance, and history. Whether it's on a movie set, behind the wheel, or in the cockpit, he surrounds himself with things built to last. But as incredible as his machines are, Brad's true luxury lies in the lifestyle he's crafted. From rare collectibles to family yachts, it's a world many can only dream of. If Brad Pitt's jets and helicopters show his need for freedom and speed, his lifestyle and rare collectibles reveal another side, the side of a man who appreciates craftsmanship, legacy, and a touch of timeless elegance. Take his luxury watch collection, for example. Brad is often spotted wearing some of the most coveted timepieces in the world, from the classic sophistication of Rolex to the intricate artistry of Patek Philippe and the sleek minimalism of the Cartier tank. These watches aren't just accessories, they're statements, carefully chosen symbols of refinement and precision. But Brad's taste in luxury doesn't stop at his wrist. There are whispers in Hollywood about his affinity for yachts, including a rumored connection to the ultra-luxe Ghost 2, a super yacht known for its stunning design and state-of-the-art technology. Whether it's cruising along the Mediterranean or escaping with his family on secluded vacations, the water is another playground for Pitt's pursuit of peace and privacy. Speaking of family, Brad's luxury lifestyle is often intertwined with moments spent with his kids. Private beach houses, exclusive resorts, and getaway homes that offer the perfect balance of security and comfort. Beyond the obvious, Brad also collects rarities and artifacts that reflect his eclectic interests, from vintage guitars to art pieces curated from around the globe, each item telling a story about his life, passions, and travels. Yet, behind this dazzling lifestyle, there's a generosity that often goes unseen. Money and influence flowing toward causes close to his heart. Behind the glitz, glamour, and jaw-dropping wealth, Brad Pitt has long used his power and resources to make a difference in the world, often quietly, sometimes with the spotlight firmly on him. Through the famous Jolie Pitt Foundation, Brad and Angelina channeled millions of dollars into humanitarian causes, from rebuilding Haiti after the devastating 2010 earthquake to supporting refugees and displaced families around the globe. It's reported that their foundation has donated upwards of $1 million in emergency relief and development projects, a testament to how seriously Brad takes his responsibility beyond Hollywood. But philanthropy for Brad isn't just about writing checks. He's taken high-profile stands on controversial issues, lending his voice and influence to campaigns like the opposition to California's Proposition 8, the same-sex marriage ban, showing he's willing to fight publicly for equality and justice. His charity work sometimes intertwines with his career, too. Remember when the photos of his children taken by famous photographers were auctioned, with proceeds going to children's charities? Brad understands how to leverage his celebrity for good. While the media often fixates on his love life or box office hits, it's this side of Brad, the advocate, the giver, that paints a fuller picture of the man behind the star. But no story about Brad Pitt would be complete without diving into the loves, the headlines, and the drama that have kept fans and tabloids hooked for decades. Brad Pitt, a name that's become synonymous with Hollywood glamour, blockbuster success, and timeless charm. But beneath the headlines, the luxury, and the fame lies a story still unfolding. From his blockbuster paychecks to his savvy producing empire, from soaring in private jets to quietly giving back to the world, Brad has built more than just a career. He's crafted a legacy that balances power with privacy, thrills with responsibility, and reinvention with staying true to who he is. So, what will be Brad Pitt's real legacy? Will it be the unforgettable characters he brought to life on screen? The business empire he quietly built behind the scenes? Or something far deeper, the impact he's made beyond the spotlight? That's a story only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, Brad Pitt's journey is far from over, and the world will be watching every chapter. What do you think? Is Brad Pitt Hollywood's ultimate icon? Or is there something else that defines his true legacy? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the lives of legends.